Hello everyone and welcome back to the Teacher Experience podcast. My name is Miss Dearman and I am a biology teacher and Senko.
I am Miss Wild and I am a lead practitioner as well as a science teacher.
Today is our season special and the focus of this conversation today is holidays.
Woo!
Something that we all look forward to as teachers. I actually think I'm on like a countdown at the start of every half term.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be day one and I'm like, cool, 6 weeks to go.
Although my half term was 5 weeks this half term, which was
that's nice.
So nice.
Yeah, 5 weeks it's such a treat, isn't it?
Yeah.
To have a 5-week term. But when it gets more than 6, you're like, I cannot believe they're doing this to us.
I know, that one between October half term to Christmas for me is always about 7 weeks.
It's rough.
It is hard.
Yeah, you get extra tired. That last week, you're like, I can do it. I can make it. Just don't talk to me.
And the kids are super excited because it's Christmas.
Yeah, but they're also super tired. It's just it's that mix of tired teacher, tired student.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good mix.
No.
And teachers try so hard to overcome that. I'm going to be great. I'm going to keep calm. I'm not going to let my tiredness come first. And then we're like,
it is really
breathe. We know they're just excited. Yeah. It's tough.
So on paper, we have around 13 weeks off a year.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, we're going to explore what that actually looks like in our real world. What I've done is I've got some quotes because I don't know how you feel, but I always feel as though my holidays are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And I used to not be a teacher. So I used to work in corporate and gosh, my holidays were so much cheaper then. And I felt like I could go to more places because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually got some quotes as a bit of an introduction to this episode. So if we look at a family of 4 holiday to Tenerife for 7 nights at a 4-star hotel, something that I'm sure many people in the UK would hope to go to in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to travel on the 6th of June, which we know is very much in the middle of our final term at school, the price of that holiday would be around £3,100 for a family of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we move forward to the 1st of August, that holiday price would go up to £4,300. So we're looking at a £1,100 cost more for the exact same holiday for a family of 4. But the only difference is that it's in the school holidays.
Yeah, and that's not a small chunk of money, is it? That's half of someone's paycheck.
Yeah, huge amount of money.
That's a mortgage payment. It's a lot of money, and that's tough to do. And because you choose a certain profession, you then hold your whole family to those price ranges. And I think maybe we're biased because we haven't got children at the moment, but especially for teachers that don't have children, it's really tough because it's like, well, me and my partner and I can't have to go on holiday in the school holidays. And I remember when we first got together, his family was like, oh my goodness, can't you just like not? And I was like, no. It's like my contract literally says I'm not allowed to take holidays.
Yeah.
Unless it's half term and summer holiday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were like, what? But no, you can just take annual leave. And I was like, it doesn't work like that.
No.
I was like, who's going to teach the children if I'm not there?
Yeah, it absolutely doesn't work like that. So I actually did a quote for a 2-person holiday, a very nice holiday to Mauritius, just to compare to see if the difference was that extreme in this sort of holiday. So it was for 2 adults, 4-star hotel, 7 nights again, flying from Gatwick again, so the same format. So from the 6th of June, the price of this holiday was £3,000. 1st of August, the price goes up to £4,000. So even those couples that have one of them working in the education sector or 2 of them, the price of that holiday will also be £1,000 more.
It's just so much money. And it's infuriating because we deserve a holiday and we don't deserve to pay the extra prices. Like they commonly talk about teachers not earning a huge amount. We've actually got someone in school at the moment whose wife wasn't a teacher and was always like, why are you so tired? Like, you get paid a decent amount. And then she became a teacher. And she was like, wow, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I understand why you're so tired. And I understand that you definitely do not get paid enough to do this job.
Yeah.
So couple that with really expensive holidays.
You are right. Our salary doesn't reflect this level of an increase.
No.
£1,000 is a lot of money. So then there's that question that, is it better for teachers to just go unpaid for a week
And risk losing their job?
And risk losing their job? If your take home is more than £1,000 a week, then it makes sense to still go away in the summer holidays. But I don't know a teacher that has £1,000 a week salary.
Yeah.
So it might just be better to take the time off and not go work for a week and actually be able to take your kids abroad.
Yeah, risky business though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an ideal risky business situation.
Yeah. It's crazy that we even have to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm. So obviously we have just mentioned that we get about 13 weeks holiday a year, which none of us will ever be sad about. We love our holidays and we're really, really grateful for having 13 weeks a year. But interestingly, we found a study and it's frequently cited and it's published in the Journal of Happiness Studies. And it shows that because it takes time to wind down after a stressful period at work, which is every period of work for a teacher, and it takes time to de-stress, it takes time to acclimatise to being on holiday, it actually requires 8 days to have the benefits of a holiday. So you need your holiday to be a minimum of 8 days to have the health benefits. So I think we're really lucky in when we have 2-week holidays. That's fantastic, because we do actually get the chance to wind down. But equally, that's still only 6 days that we actually get the benefits of being on holiday. But when we have a week off, obviously we're really happy that we've got that week and we need that week, but we don't actually have the health benefits of it. We just recover to a standard. We don't actually get the benefits of having a holiday. I thought that was a really interesting study to start us off. What are your thoughts with that?
I do agree with this. I remember it was more so when I was training to be a teacher when I was in ECT. Every holiday I was ill because I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
I would spend the first weekend of every holiday, I wouldn't see anyone, I wouldn't do anything because I couldn't. I had no social battery at all. I was exhausted and I definitely came down with some sort of illness.
Yeah.
On the last week or second to last week of term, I find myself getting ill. And then because you're sort of in survival mode at school, especially as we talked about earlier, that run up to Christmas, my illness just gets pushed back. And then as soon as I have that first day of rest, I get ill. And it happens so much. I've spoken to teachers at other schools and they experience exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think it is something that's really common. And it is just because our term times are so intensive.
Yeah. It's that common cycle, isn't it? It is a common cycle. It's every term. Gets to that last week or second to last week and you're like, oh no, here we go.
Yeah.
I've got a cold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again. And it's a really hard position for teachers because people are like, well, if you're that ill, take the time off. And it's like, but I can't because it actually creates more work to take time off. So no, so you sort of fight through, make yourself worse, or you fight through really trying to block off and go, right, I'm not going to get ill, I'm going to get so much sleep, I will not get ill. And you block it off so much whilst you're at work that when it gets to the holidays, you are so ill. And that's exactly what happened to me at Christmas, isn't it? I blocked it off for a whole week. And then me and my partner had booked a lovely, gorgeous holiday to Edinburgh. And we was on the train up there and I was just getting worse and worse by the second. And on the first night, we'd spent, obviously because it's the holidays, a decent chunk of money on this holiday. And I had to be in bed at 7 o'clock because I was like, I don't want to waste the next 3 days we've got this holiday, so I'm going to go to bed at 7 o'clock. But the whole time I was really poorly, and it was horrible, and it was such a waste of a lot of money because I was so poorly. And interestingly, I got back from when we got back in January, spoke to everyone at school, and they were like, I was so ill over Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I spoke to anyone that said they weren't ill over Christmas.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And for anyone listening that isn't a teacher, when we mean it creates more work if we're off school or we take sickness, what we mean by that is, in the first instance, we have to set cover. It means that I have to upload something onto Satchel One and it may be made available to all of my pupils. So you have to create those new lessons. I would never set a cover as what I was already going to do.
Yeah, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's the morning of being sick. That's the expectation. Then what you also have to do is then you have to move all of your planning because you're now a week behind all of your schemes of learning.
Yeah.
So we have to push everything back. It's even more frustrating in any practical subject because you know that you've already submitted your regs for the following week. So you then have to amend those. And then you start annoying people because you start changing your regs. Yeah. So it's just an ongoing process of, honestly, just
and then
try
assessments have to be pushed back.
Yeah.
Or they don't have some of the content that they have in their assessment.
Yeah.
That's just a mess.
And then if you've already informed the pupils of the assessment, you then have to go through that process of informing them that it's changed and the parents getting frustrated that it's changed. It's an ongoing thing. So when we mean when we mean it takes more effort to be off school than in school, even if you're sick, that's what we mean by that.
Yeah. I genuinely think sometimes it's worth just going in and not being a very good teacher and just being like, guys, I'm so poorly, but I would teach you, but I just can't do it to the standard I normally would. And to be fair, the kids normally are quite good. If you go in poorly, they're like, oh, okay, miss, is it one of those days? And you're like, yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. And they're like, it's okay. And normally their behaviour is impeccable because they get it. They're like, oh, it's a teacher ill day. Like, we'll behave, and if you need anything, miss, we'll be there for you. And that's from like some of the toughest students as well. So that's nice. But it's weighing up that what's better for them. Is it better for them to have a cover teacher and cover work, or is it better for them to have their consistent in front of them, which is us? But again, I'm instantly talking about what's better for the children. What about us?
Yeah.
It's a really difficult balance.
So back to booking our holidays then. I have done some research on some great UK discounts for teachers, specifically only for us. Like we said, it is really annoying that we're paying £1,000 more for a holiday. That's
I don't know what you're talking about. I love it.
So some UK discounts then. Haven Holidays, I loved these when I was a kid. I went on so many. So they are actually offering 15% teacher discount at the moment, and they have 37 holiday parks around the UK. So hopefully loads of people are able to access those. What I love about Haven Holidays is you can do a £30 deposit.
Nice.
And then you can spread the costs monthly. I know that's something with people with large families. It's something that my mum did when I was younger. Paying it off every month, it was so much more manageable.
Yeah,
and not having like a £200 deposit, which for some people is just not feasible.
No.
The next one's Park Dean. So they're offering 10% discount at the moment. So it's not as good as Haven Holidays. I don't know the difference between these two parks, but we like a big teacher discount. They've got 66 holiday parks across the UK. So hopefully even more accessible than Haven Holidays and something to go have a look at. I mean, going on holiday is a privilege, and just trying to entertain the kids for 7 days, even if you stay at home.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's huge and so expensive, like day trips out and things like that, really expensive. And you want, to have your kids have access to really good extracurricular activities.
Yeah, like we were talking about the other week. Yeah, definitely.
So Go 8 are offering 15% teacher discount. It's a great one to get the kids outside in the mud.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I love Go 8.
So much fun. Hopefully get them away from the screens, which we all enjoy, but spending some time outside together. So that's 15%.
And you can do that one in the rain as well.
You can.
Yeah.
They will never cancel. I've done it in the rain so many times.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love going.
So that's 15% teacher discount for that one. And then this was my favourite one. So cinema tickets, they're offering up to 40% teacher discount at selected times. So the average cinema ticket now is £8, which I thought was quite expensive just to get in the cinema. So
That's just for kids, though. Adults are more expensive, aren't they?
that's the average.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say that because in my head that's quite cheap.
So that's £34 to entertain the kids for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and then they get in and then they go, popcorn!
Yes.
Pick a mix! Pick a mix costs so much money.
Yeah.
And then, we just had recently, there was that thing about the slush puppies, weren't there? And then you get the guidance, if I remember rightly, the guidance was that under 4 shouldn't have slush puppies.
Correct, yeah.
So yeah, manage that one well. Parents, please.
Yeah. So the average cinema ticket was £34 for a family of 4. And then they are now charging £4.50 for a Coke, a Coca-Cola.
There's just no need. No need.
So, I mean, you're looking at a family of 4 going to the cinema and it costing about £60-70.
Yeah.
And that is only an hour and a half entertainment.
Yeah.
And kids have got, well, if we think about the Easter just gone, or some of you might currently be having, it's 2 weeks of spending time with the kids, which is amazing. But then families do get that pressure of having to entertain their kids every day. So cinema tickets are at 40% off at teacher discount at the moment. These can these can all be accessed through the website Discounts for Teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Please go and create an account because they are incredible.
Yeah, they are good. Okay, so I'm going to talk about trips abroad now. So obviously we know that there's quite a big price rise when you go abroad in the holidays. Now I've split my section into 2. The first section is going to be all about money saving options. And then the second one is just teacher discount. So the first section, the places that you can actually get really good deals, you do have to shop around and you do have to sort of play around with things and set up alerts on your phone. But the first 2 are just Airbnb and Skyscanner. So if you're quite happy to not have a package holiday and sort of build your own holiday, Airbnb is fantastic for that. And you can talk to the owners. And actually, the amount of information I've got off of Airbnb hosts is amazing. And then I've used that information and then sometimes gone somewhere else. But it's been really informative to get that information from hosts, and you normally get quite a good deal. Skyscanner, really good. You can play around with the dates. They've got an option on Skyscanner that you can literally choose the cheapest flight anywhere in the world.
I love that.
And it comes up as this is the cheapest city at the moment. So if you're one that likes city breaks, it's perfect.
Love that.
And you can also set up alerts so that if it goes cheaper, it'll alert you, or if it goes more expensive, it'll alert you. So you can sort of play around with it.
That's really good.
Yeah, and it's quite fun as well. You get to build your own holiday. Jack's Flights Club is another one. So again, set up alerts with him and essentially send you cheap flights. So that's another build your own holiday. Now, one that I actually found when I was doing the research for this was Woucher Mystery Holidays, which I thought was awesome. So again, we've got the price rise in the holidays, but only £99. You can go on a mystery holiday in February, March, May, September, or December. So you buy the voucher from Woucher. Voucher from Woucher. And then you can book it at any of the dates on there. So that's really cool. But it is more expensive for April, June, and July.
Of course.
So it's £29 more expensive. Sorry, £30 more expensive. So it's £129 for those months. But I thought that would be a really exciting one, especially for young couples.
Yeah.
Because they tend to stereotypically be a bit adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're quite happy for it to have a mystery,
yeah,
quite fun.
For people that are ECTs, so the early 20s training, when the salary isn't great, or if you're in your training year when you don't get a salary, when you don't actually get any money to train to be a teacher, this might be a good option for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a bit of fun, and they're not I think they're 3-star hotels, so they're not amazing, But if you're quite happy to jump in and do whatever, then I think it's a good option. Another one is Journey. Now, I know there's, so that's Journey, which ends in NWE. I know there's a few companies that do this now, but essentially put in all your details about what type of holiday you want. They send you a package in the post and you open it at the airport.
I've heard of these, yeah.
I really want to do it.
That sounds good.
Yeah. How cool that you put in like, I want a summer holiday, these are the dates. I'd like a beach, or I'd like a 3-star hotel, or whatever you want, and this is my price range. You pay for it, and then you open the packet at the airport.
That's really
I just
fun.
think that's so exciting. So that's Journey, and then another option. This is obviously doesn't include your flights or anything, but trusted house sitters. So this is where you go and house sit for people. You obviously need to build your own profile, and it's either for house sitting or house sitting and animal sitting, but it's free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So people essentially put their house or their pets up on this website, say they're going on holiday for a week and they need someone to look after the house and the pets. And you can reach out to them and say, oh, I'm free that week. And they'll obviously have things that you have to do, but it's a free option.
That's incredible.
Especially if you want to stay indoors and just have a cozy week. That's a really awesome option. But obviously that's down to you and the owners being compatible and stuff.
So is it a house swap?
Or is it just a house sit?
Just a house sit?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's available where, sorry?
Everywhere, worldwide.
That's incredible.
So I remember I found one in Canada the other week. I was just having a little look. I was like, oh, cheap. I could go to Canada and the flights would be really expensive. What's an option of where I could stay to counteract the flights? And I thought, oh, trusted house sitters. Yeah. Not happening, but, it was, when you're looking for holidays, you're like, what can I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite a cool one. And then I have had a look at Discount for Teachers, the website we just mentioned, and the discounts that we get. So I split this into holiday and flight, hotels, and then airport parking. So holiday and flight, TUI, Jet2 Holidays, Love Holidays, and EasyJet all offer £25 off or an e-gift card.
Okay.
Which is okay.
It's something.
It's something I don't think is very good. Like
£25, yeah.
It's a bit embarrassing.
But, if that's what they're offering.
That's what they're offering. It pays for your breakfast,
really
I suppose.
Cover the £1,000 increase, but,
we'll move. But hey, £25. Hotels is a little bit better. So Booking.com provide a 4% cashback and a save of 15%. So you save 15% and get 4% cashback. Travelodge, 5% discount. So obviously that can be, is Travelodge abroad as well?
Yes,
it is. So that could be hotel Travelodge or obviously abroad Travelodge. And then hotels.com is the best one at 10% discount.
That's good.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a decent-ish amount of money.
Yeah.
And then not hotel parking, airport parking.
Airport parking. Oh my goodness.
It's got so expensive.
So post-COVID, it's doubled in price.
Yeah.
So I just looked at to park my car at an airport that I'm not going to say the name of, but it was for 10 days. And if you did the short stay, when you park at the airport and you walk to the terminal, it was going to cost £350 for 10 days.
So bad.
If you did the other option where you parked and then you got the bus to the airport, that was £160.
It's so much money.
It's so much money. That was a big chunk of our spending money then gone on parking. And then we had that conversation. Well, actually, we live probably about an hour's drive to this airport, and it would have been cheaper for us to get a taxi.
Yeah.
Which is just unbelievable.
I think as soon as you're going on a holiday that's longer than 3 days, it's normally worth just getting a taxi. So if you do decide to park at the airport, Holiday Extras offer 30% off, and that's Holiday Extras also does insurance. It literally does all of the Holiday Extras you can think about. So and I have used that multiple times. I would recommend Holiday Extras. Air Parks also provides 30% discount, and Sky Park also provides 30% discount. So that is a good chunk of money. I think 30% is decent. But like we said, my personal advice would be if you go for over 3 or 4 days, just get a taxi.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous money.
If you are able to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we're trying to get across here is actually if you are smart about going on holiday and try and accumulate all of these discounts together, you can save, I suppose, at least £100. Mm-hmm. Again, it's not the £1,000 increase on the holiday, but it's something, and essentially it's the hand we're dealt at the moment. So hopefully that advice has been a little bit helpful for you. So we obviously know it is a privilege to be able to go on holiday and do these things with your family or with your partner. So if it is something you're looking at doing within this year, within the future years, because it's something you would like to treat your family to, we just want to highlight the options that are available to help keep those costs down, because we know it's not easy, especially in this day and age. So, Miss Dearman, could you just remind us of the companies that were providing the best discounts for days out or UK holidays to start with?
Yeah, so we discussed Haven Holidays, Park Dean, Go Ape, and Cinema Trips.
Lovely, thank you. And the ones that don't provide teacher discount but do have good options for going abroad, you've got Airbnb, Skyscanner, Jack's Flight Club, Welcher Mystery, Journey, and Trusted House Sitters. And then the discounts for going abroad that actually are teacher specific are TUI, Jet2 Holidays, Love Holidays, EasyJet, Booking.com, Travelodge, Hotels.com, Holiday Extras, Air Parks, and Sky Parks. Now, all of those discounts that both Ms. Dimon and I have mentioned are all on discount for teachers. So sign yourself up and see what discounts you can get.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.